What it do, baby? Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Hey. So look. Oh my God. Hey, what it do? Say, we got this topic. Do sex? What was it? What was the question?
Are men intimidated by
do freaky
a
women
freaky woman?
to intimidate men?
Do freaky women intimidate men?
Yeah.
By Kelly. Kelly, we
Yes.
can't remember your full name. Kelly _ Dave, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate that question. And
Yeah, thank you.
guess what? We're going to talk about it. A lot of people scared to talk about sex, but we're going to talk about it. Are y'all afraid of freaks?
No. It depends on what level of freak. I mean, that's such a general term. I think it's levels to it, personally.
Break that down for me, Carlos. Like freak 1, freak 2 level, freak 3 level. How does that work?
Okay, so freak, some people might think a freak is sleeping with somebody on the first date, and it could be just regular sex, but they might think, oh, you're a freak because you did that. And then some people may think, oh, you're a freak because you maybe slept with 3 or 4 people in a week. Or they might think, oh, you're a freak because you like whips and chains. So, I mean, to me, it was a cool question, but I just would like more information as to what kind of freak she's actually talking about. To me. But
Would you say you dated a freak?
you said, would I or have I?
Have you? Would
Yeah.
you say you
Yeah.
dated a freak?
Yeah.
So in other words, have you dated a freak?
Yeah.
What about you?
I've had good sex.
No freaks.
Look. Define good sex.
and I know where you're trying to go with this here, Kendrick, but I'm not falling for it. So I think back in the day, you guys were way younger. It was taboo for African American women to give oral. So when they saw a black man with a white woman, that's what they said the black man was going with the white woman for
that.
was for the oral sex. But nowadays, everybody is an amateur porn star.
Oh.
So if freaky is,
Yes, levels too.
yes, levels. I mean, who defines freaky?
So you saying they be like slob on my knob, like corn on the cob, check in with me and do your job. That's what they doing nowadays. Everybody doing that, right?
Everybody doing it.
Everybody slobbing on the knob. But look, ain't nothing wrong with slobbing on the knob.
If that's what you choose to do.
Yeah.
I think ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, if they choose to do that, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I dated a freak, you know. Well, I had sex with a freak, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all didn't date. Why didn't y'all date?
I hit on the first night.
Oh, so you saying if you hit on the first night, then she's not date material?
I'm not saying that at all. Some great women that you meet on the first night. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's a good. I think that's a.
But he's
It's
deflecting.
an interesting question.
No.
though. Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
answer the question.
Deflecting.
Let me answer the
Yeah.
question.
Go ahead and answer the
I
question.
feel like the things that this woman did on the first night is something that make you go like,
Did she do this with everybody?
yeah. So it makes it like, nah. But I just wasn't
But
trying
why
to think.
should she, if that's what she does and that's what she likes, why should she minimize that for a man who can't handle that?
She shouldn't. And
Okay.
she should be perfectly fine. If that's
But you wouldn't date her because she didn't minimize it to fit into your box.
No, that's not why I didn't date her.
Yeah, you did. You said you didn't date her because she did
Here he
all of
goes.
these different things on your first date. So pretty much you're saying what she did was a turnoff for you to date her because she didn't fit into your box of acceptable.
If that's how you want to put it, I like that.
Well,
I like
think,
that, Dr. Phil. Great answer.
No.
I think to that point though, and I think we talked about this before in other podcasts, is there's always going to be that double standard for women. So even though women's liberation, of course, we understand that, you know, women can be as sexually free as they want to be, but that what you just said, I think is what a lot of guys would think. You know, if a woman is overly sexual that first night, then sometimes they suffer that double standard of being labeled as, oh, well, she might be a hoe because she did this with me, and she could have done it with.
And I think through this, you guys are proving Kelly's point that a freaky woman intimidates a man.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on.
For some men, it
hold on.
could be. Depending, yeah.
You're right. Some men,
Yeah,
but
it could be.
You're taking it out of context.
No.
You're putting it on the level as dating. She kept it in the bedroom. So there's two different ways to look at that. The question was,
but if she's just sleeping with a dude, she don't care if he's intimidated by her or not. She probably won't see him no more.
Yeah, there's so many levels to it.
She looked at it. She came, in my perspective, she came at it from a bedroom perspective.
I mean, I agree with you.
So, but you're taking it outside of the bedroom.
No, I'm not taking it outside the bedroom. No, you said you wouldn't date that chick because of what she did in the bedroom.
I wasn't intimidated by the freakness that she displayed in the bedroom.
But you said you wouldn't date her because of that.
But that don't mean I was intimidated by her.
But you liked her.
I enjoyed her.
But why wouldn't you date her?
Because to me, I felt like if you do the things you did
so
to
she
me,
was too strong of a woman for you.
Man, listen.
No, I'm just asking the question.
I think
she was not too strong of a woman for me.
But
I just
she didn't fit into your box of what's acceptable on the first night sleeping with a dude.
I just feel like, listen, if you go all out there for me on the first night, you barely know me. How many other dudes?
But you went out there for her.
Oh, I received it.
No. But you went out there for her.
I received it.
You received
Nothing
what?
wrong with that. Her freakness.
And she received yours. It's two ways.
And that's fine. And I'm glad you said that because that statement you made, how
double standard?
It is a double
because
standard.
at the end of the day, women the same way. Mm-hmm. Because if a man go freakness, display his freakness to a woman, she be like, I don't want to date this man. Like, how many other women?
But a lot of women will, though. Because they think they can tame him.
True.
And not all women, but a lot of them will.
And it's more of a degrading conversation when it's a woman who does that. Just like you said, you wouldn't date a woman because she did all of that. A woman is not going to say she's not going to date a man because he did all of that. She's just going to think she hit the gold mine because she found a dude that's good and bad.
But I don't think all women think like that. Not in this day and age.
I'm not saying all women do think like that, but I mean, what type of women are we talking about? We're not talking about a wholesome woman right now. But we're talking about her getting down on the first night, so she's not too wholesome.
But I also think that
maybe she is. She just likes sex. Maybe
nothing wrong with
maybe
that.
So.
Nothing
She's
wrong
a
with
wholesome
that.
freak.
Hey,
that does a lot of stuff with a lot of dudes on the first night.
And that's once again, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot wrong with that because it eliminates her from dating some dudes.
I think it is again. I think it's levels to it because to your point,
I told you we should have talked about this.
No, I told y'all we should have talked about this bull crap.
No, you said, are y'all too afraid to talk about it? So, hey, bro, we going with it, brother.
We ain't going. And you deflecting anyway.
I'm not deflecting.
Yeah, you are, because you take.
I'm not.
You've taken
I don't
it
talk
outside
about
the
sex
bedroom.
like that. That's what I'm saying. That sex is, I know what I pack. I know what I do in the bed. So I don't have
care.
to talk
Come on,
about
Carlos.
sex, brother. I don't have to do that. I
But
don't have to.
this question,
sex don't validate
this
me,
question, it don't validate none of us.
That's what
But
I'm saying. So I'm
but this
good.
question was posed by one of our listening audience, and we decided to discuss it. But come on, Carlos, we listening.
so this
sir.
is my thought. Okay, so
Say it slow, Carlos, like you always do.
hey, I got to get in where I fit in because y'all be ping pong back and forth. But no, seriously, I do think that the tricky part is you do have to put in perspective where you see yourself with this person maybe after the sex. And I think that's sometimes that's more on the woman's role, woman's part, unfortunately, because of the double standard. But like, let's say if it's the first night and the woman has sex with this dude and she does, all these freaky things, but in her mind, she may not want to be in a relationship with him. It may just be just sex.
Right.
But if she's really considering a relationship with the guy, then
She should hold off on the freak.
I think maybe pull back just a little bit. And not because the guy doesn't want to date her, but my thing is if you put it all out there, everything, all the tricks out the bag the first night, then what do you have to build up to, or what do you have
But
to?
who's to say what she pulled out that first night is all her tricks?
Well, it
Who's
might not
just
be.
to say
Hey,
you've
true.
only
Maybe,
dealt
yeah, hey.
with limited women
Hey.
who have limited tricks.
Could be.
But
That's a good point, though. That's true.
Let's flip this. So what if a guy put all his tricks out there? You know, he suck on her toes. He does all that little freaky stuff. You know, tie her up and you know just make this woman do stuff like she ain't never did before. Do y'all think that this woman would be intimidated by this guy, or are y'all of the same belief that she gonna try to tame this guy?
Well, I don't think that a woman is going to try to tame a dude. I don't think that. I think she's more apt to welcome what he brings to the table and be more accepting of it. I don't think she's going to be intimidated by it. No, I don't think. Normally, intimidation come from when you are looking at who is supposed to be the inferior being in the case, and women are. Not saying that women are inferior to men, but that's the perception in so many regards, that women are inferior to men. So intimidation normally comes from the person that is deemed the weaker link in the situation. So I don't think a woman is going to be intimidated by a man doing all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think bedroom roles have changed? For an example, like way back when, he probably was the man that was the more of the, I got this, to where now it's more of a woman saying, I can match this dude game, his sex game. He come to me with an A game, I'm going to match his A game too.
Go ahead, Carlos.
I was going to say, I think that, yeah, some of it could be the times have changed, but I also think now people are just saying, now everything that was once behind closed doors is out in the open. So I don't think it's so much that, all this stuff is totally new, but now everybody's just telling it. And with social media and people posting things and everything, I mean, it's just out in the open now. And it's not necessarily that I don't think that they're necessarily doing so many new things, but it's just now people are talking about it more. It's just out.
So would you say like where it was men who were more of the I gotta have sex to now where's more ladies who are like on that same level to where they're like where it was men, like as men we're more vocal about sex, but now with women they have too became more vocal. Would you say that has taken place?
Oh yeah, women are more vocal about their needs and desires. Yeah, men more vocal about that. Yeah.
So what do you think changed that tide? Do you think it was social media, as you say, Carlos, or are you of the mindset that now it's time for women just saying, you know what, if men can do it, we can too?
Mm-hmm. I think it's both of those things actually. Yeah, I could see it being both ways, and now. Just with the media too and everything that's going on now, a lot of the shock value is taken out of things now. There's not much shock value anymore. So I think, to me, just from the outside, I'm not in a woman's shoes, so I can't say, but from the outside looking in, it's like, why not put it all out there? Why not? Because, hey, everybody's into the shock value. Some women may think, in some regards, not saying the submitter of the question thinks this, but they may think, well, hey, if I do X, Y, Z, then that may, even bring me closer to being in this relationship that I want to be in. They think they can hook the guy with the sex.
Right.
So that could be a thought too.
And the funny thing is, I really don't think women compete with men in the bedroom. I mean, just going back to your first question when you said about do women want to match man? Because I think from the beginning of time in regards to sex, women have kind of like always been in control. Men are the vocal piece for it, but women are the controlling piece behind it. Because Eve through seduction, encouraged him to, partake in what she did. And then when you look at, when I mentioned earlier, like back when I was younger and it was kind of taboo for oral sex in the African American community, women were leading that according to black women. That's why black men were leaving black women to go to white women, was because what they're doing. So do I think women compete with men in regards to sex? No, I think women compete with women in regards to sex.
True.
So men just some way fall into that. We're collateral damage.
Yeah, I agree.
They're fighting against each other.
So you're basically saying men reap the benefits of the fact that the women fight against each other.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Interesting. Real interesting. So, growing up, they would say, well, stay in the bedroom. It remains in the bedroom. Like, don't bring that, what mom and dad did, that was their thing.
Right.
So, like, as you say, we live in a day and age now where, man, you get on social media and sex here, sex there, sex everywhere,
Yeah.
Porn here, porn there, porn everywhere.
Right.
So do y'all think what stay in the bedroom should remain in the bedroom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like, and that's a relationship or even if it's a casual encounter or whatever, I don't think, what's the need to tell everybody about that? I don't understand that.
Yeah. Do I think social media? I think social media does play a part into that, but I think most of the stuff we see on social media is not sex. I think that's a need for acceptance and validation because the world has taught that sex is how you get approval. So you show your body on social media, you get these likes, which mean we approve of you. So I don't think people are using sex as a means, like they're not keeping it in the bedroom anymore. I mean, I don't know too many people posting porn videos of themselves on social media. At least I'm not following those people.
Oh my God.
So let me say that. I don't follow them. They may be on your news feed, folks out there banging each other, group bang, gang banging and all of that. But that ain't on my thing. So I do see a lot of half-naked pictures. I do see that. When I see that, do I think that's people selling sex? No, I think that's people looking for some type of acceptance and validation.
Look, I got a nephew, no lie. Man, you know who you are too. Man, this Negro here, man, I cannot go on my feed without seeing some woman giving head, some man giving head. I'm like, dude, look, I sent him a text the other day and said, you killing me, bro. Like, I'm finna unfollow you because, like, you're.
So what he's posting stuff from other people?
Yeah, he like it. You know what I'm saying? He like it and retweet it. So automatically it's on your feed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, dang, this nigga here, boy. And I don't mean to say the N-word, but like, this dude here, like, come on, bro. Like, show brother some love, man. Like, dang, I know what you like. Cool. Got it. But look, so let me ask y'all this. Are y'all open to, like, an open relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like, dating, how can I say this? You know what an open relationship is,
yeah.
Right. So is that something that y'all are open to, something y'all wouldn't do because of the factors that come within it or with it? You know what I'm saying? Because, having an open relationship, it brings about a, what's the word I want to say? Some type of freakness, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, I'm not open to that. No, I'm not open to an open relationship. And I think that in an open relationship, more than likely is one person in that relationship trying to satisfy the other.
Yeah, and to add to that, I agree. I don't think I could ever do it either. I mean, I couldn't do it. But I do have respect for people who are honest enough with each other to say that they would do that. I mean, that's a lot of respect to. I couldn't do it. But I think too in situations like that, you set the boundaries or whatever in the beginning, but I think it's so easy for either party to get caught up with this person inside of the open relationship, some other person they been with, and then they start sneaking off with them, and then before you know it, you got this whole big mess. So to me, it's like when I hear open relationship, it's like a mesh of a serious relationship, and we just, kicking it like we just buddies. It's almost like it's a mixture of that.
And I mean, what does open? I mean, and I guess open relationship is different. Like, I guess some people, they go out, they do it with other people. Some people bring it in and they have a threesome. If I'm gonna be in an open relationship, I'm gonna be doing it outside of you, not including you.
You're not gonna be included.
There ain't gonna be no threesomes. It's gonna be a twosome. You just not included.
You wouldn't have a threesome?
I've had that. So
Lucky devil.
no, I mean, but it's like no. I mean,
What? Carlos,
I never.
it's lucky devil.
no, that's not lucky. That's just it happened, and it is what it is. So you
It happened
experience
to
it and you
me.
move on.
You let Carlos, you let it happen. What?
You'll post it all over the internet. We got it.
Not posted.
There you go. There you go. Look, there you go. You went from Eve to now you saying all this other stuff. There you go. So look, how can a person who may be intimidated by a freak, how can they in the bedroom? How can a person that's intimidated by a freak in the bedroom, how can that person overcome that type of intimidation?
They can't.
Why not?
They can't, because I think you shouldn't be intimidated. Intimidated is not going to help you grow. Inspired will help you grow. It's a difference. So if you get with somebody who's freaky, you enjoying it, and you want to satisfy them, you're going to step up your game, start trying some other stuff. But if you're intimidated by them, you're going to become a little bit more withdrawn from it, because you're going to feel like, and that's probably create some type of insecurities, because you're going to feel like I'm not satisfying them. And you're going to start thinking like, am I big enough? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Do I need to do this here? No, you're supposed to be inspired by people, not intimidated by them. If you're intimidated by somebody, you need to get out the bed and leave. Go.
You done threw him out on the street, butt naked.
You wasting our time.
Hey man, so you gotta get out the bed
Right.
and go, man.
Go.
Oh,
Nobody got time to be teaching nobody.
thank you. Welcome to my world, baby. I'm not teaching, baby. Look, you only get one tutorial. That's it, man.
I just want to say this too. I think people put so much weight on freaky, oh, you're a freak, and blah, blah, blah. To me, it's more about the chemistry you have with that person, because it could be plenty of freaks out there. That don't mean the sex is good. People assume that, oh, because they're a big freak, that the sex, that don't mean it's good
everything
sex.
they see on the porn.
Right.
No, you might not be good.
Right. You might need to let them do that, because you might not be.
They porn stars for a reason.
Right.
They be faking anyway.
Right. So that, I think that myth needs to be dispelled, is that people equate freakiness with good sex.
And then some people think sending dick pics, puss pics, all of that make you a freak. Let me tell you this here. If you send them puss pics, make sure your puss is pretty.
Oh, my God.
Not fat,
Okay.
but pretty. So we're moving on. That don't make you a freak. That just make you send stuff that's probably shown to somebody else.
Maybe they like their body and they're not ashamed of it, so they send a picture. Nothing wrong with a picture.
Nothing wrong with a picture.
Hey, don't you look at the menu before you go to a restaurant?
Nothing wrong with a picture. Like I
Don't you
said,
Not
look,
looking
Carlos?
at me.
Don't you look at the menu before you go to a restaurant?
but if you're gonna
Yeah.
send some pictures, don't let it be a high mileage puss. Let it be I'm just a new car on the car lot about to be driven off for the first time.
You just
looking
took the
picture.
plastic off the seat.
Yeah.
So look,
Run down puss.
So look, I'm in a group chat with my boys, right? So one of my dudes, he sent
where's
this
this
picture.
going?
So man, they told the dude, they said that's a high mileage. You know what I'm saying? So first thing I thought about was YouTube. So look, one of my dudes come back and say, not only is it a high mileage
See,
looking
mileage is the thing, y'all. It's the thing.
kitty, but he goes, the booty hole is the same size as the high mileage kitty. Look, you talk about, oh man, say we roasted him like all this week.
That's a 2-lane highway.
Yeah, man.
Whoa. Coming and going.
When you brought that up, I was like, oh man, so
Yeah, ladies, they might need to. Hey, we can become like rich. We can come up with some puss filters. Yeah.
I don't want the filter because then I'd be like, nah, you trying to trick me.
We come up with some
Let me
puss
see it
filters.
without the filter.
But they gonna say we need to come up with dick filters too.
Hey, we might need to.
Yeah, you know
We
what
might
I'm saying?
need to.
Yeah, we be rich.
I don't do filters.
Oop.
No need for them. None.
Man, I just never knew how big the ceiling was, you know? I never paid attention to it.
I get that all the time. I get that all the time. I never knew how big that was.
Carlos, it's coming for the dude. I'm not going to say much on this one.
And I'm not. I'm not talking about my sex.
This dude is
Like I told you on the feed, brother. Dude, this brother here always talk about flipping and flopping and bench pressing. You ain't got to do all of that, brother.
Do you drive the car the same way every day?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to it.
You don't. Sometimes you drive the car forward. Sometimes you put the car in reverse. Sometimes you turn the car left. Sometimes you turn the car right.
That's pretty much every day, though.
Thank you. You don't drive the car the same every day. You don't drive the car just one way straight. Sometimes you got to turn. Sometimes you got to
I
put
do
it, go
drive it the
back.
same way every day because I never drive it straight anywhere. No day. I'm turning left, right, backing up, going
Thank
forward
you.
every day.
So sometimes when you in it, you got to turn right, you got to turn left, you got to go straight. You got to turn flips. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, some people might call that freaky
Or making up for our inadequacies.
Hey, however you want to say, sir. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying.
However you want to say, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, let's talk about sex, baby. So look, when she sent us that question, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be like.
He got excited.
Look, man, smiling ear to ear because I have been wanting to talk about that, but y'all be like, well, I've been wanting to talk about sex, not just the intimidation thing and all that. You know what I'm saying? So
why Kendra, why don't we want to talk about sex? Why do we say no about sex?
You always tell me no because you feel like sex, you don't want to be defined by sex and
No.
That's
not what I told you.
Sex don't define.
I said I don't believe
some
you
Dr.
can
Phil-
handle
some Dr.
the topic of sex.
some Dr. Phil answer you
No, I
gave.
said you
Not Dr.
can't
Look,
handle
some
the
Dr.
topic
Phil-
of sex.
Some Dr. Phil answer he done
No.
gave. He done got over it off Haskell. You know
He's
what I'm saying?
he's not telling the truth. I said he can't handle
you
the
did say that.
conversation
He
of
did.
sex.
He did.
He's
He
gonna
did
go
say that.
too far.
He's
gonna go too far.
I
That's
ain't,
what I said.
look, I ain't went too far now, and I really want to go far. But he did it. I ain't went far. You know what I'm saying? Because your words hold true. I listen to you, chump. I don't know why, but I do. I need to stop. Seriously.
But like you said, you like sex, so let's talk about that.
What you want to know?
Whatever.
Yeah.
What
Sex-
you want the listeners to know about you and sex?
No.
Nothing. I don't want them to know nothing. I just want to have a conversation with y'all.
Let's go for it.
You know
then.
what I'm
Go
saying?
for it.
Why do you feel like sex has to define a person?
Who's it
Well, it
defining?
shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, who's
said
it
that?
defining?
No, when like earlier you said when we were just talking.
I said it validates you.
Yeah. Why do you feel like why do you feel sex validates a person?
Because Kendrick, everything we talk about, you turn it into sex almost.
You know how that's like, you know how a person talk about things they like?
But not everything. But
But I don't always talk about that with y'all. Like, I talk about other things with y'all. I give other ideas and all that. I just
Okay, so let's give this one example. So we were at Kendrick's place, and we went over there to film the opening season of recording. He don't want me to talk about this.
So I do not listen.
No.
No. Listen.
We were over to Kendrick's house, and we were just getting ready to film the podcast. We were getting ready.
This
to film
was a
the podcast.
joke. This was a joke.
And out of
This was a
nowhere,
joke. It was a
out of
joke.
nowhere,
It was a
Tammy
joke.
was there with us, and out of
Miss
nowhere, he said, "I was getting my booty licked."
Oh, don't say it. You already did. Oh.
And
Oh my God! It was
was like-
a joke.
Yeah, it
out
was.
of nowhere,
It was like
Carlos,
Twilight Zone
there you go,
moment.
Carlos.
It was
Yeah.
for real. I was surprised.
and we
I
was
whoa,
like,
okay.
"Dude, who wants to hear this?" And where in the hell did it come from? Because we weren't even talking about sex. And he just busts out, "I was getting my booty licked."
Ain't nothing wrong with getting your booty licked.
It's nothing wrong with
Well,
getting your
yeah,
booty
that's
licked.
what she like, yeah.
If the booty licker want to lick your booty, go for it.
Hey, I hope she got a good liquor too.
Hopefully she ain't licking it before she's sick. Yo, word. You gotta lick it before you sick it.
My booty hole a virgin. It's gonna stay that way.
You gotta lick it before you stick it.
She ain't sticking
you
nothing
said-
over here.
Okay, we just
Look, I was talking about the vagina. You're taking it to
no,
somewhere
but
else.
you said she has a good liquor. So I'm just
Ain't
playing
nothing
your
wrong
word.
with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But Kendrick, why did we need to know that in that moment?
It was a joke. I always say that. Like always.
But
I always say that.
Real.
yeah, we thought you were for real because you never came back and
Because it was in the
said
morning too. So
first thing in the morning.
Thank you. I was breaking the ice. I hadn't seen y'all in like a month or so. I was breaking the ice, man. It
it
was
was
a
a hell
joke.
of an ice break.
You had seen us in the month. We went to a birthday dinner
We
together.
did do it. I forgot.
But you didn't see
No, I
me.
ain't seen
You
Carlos.
didn't see me.
I had seen Carlos. I had seen.
Oh my
Man, it
God!
was an icebreaker, man. You just.
Don't break the ice no more then.
That was
we
funny.
was good.
though.
It was early because it was like what 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever. But we was good.
We like
I cannot believe
hash
you
browns,
just told that
orange
story,
juice,
bro.
and booty
Dude,
licks.
but you
I can
turned
look.
everything.
When I tell y'all
Into sex.
I'm sick of y'all. I mean it.
What?
And people,
I
go
didn't
back
say
and
that.
listen to the podcast.
Look.
So anytime we talk about sex, you'll hear him in the back say, yeah, sex. Yeah, sex. That's what he does. It's like, dude.
We supposed to be talking about does
Can you talk to
freakiness
Mr. Jim
intimidate-
about this?
Oh, whoa. Oh, now Mr. Jim. See, I got clowned last time for bringing up Mr. Jim.
Can you?
Who clowned you?
Yeah.
I did.
And both of y'all did.
I clowned you.
Yeah, you
What
did
I say?
A little bit. I can't remember, but you did.
Can
It was
we
okay.
Talk to Mr. Jim about this. People,
I saw
I
him
wish the
Thursday.
camera
Huh?
I
could
saw him
see
Thursday.
this.
Oh, you did?
Kendrick
How's he doing?
has balls of sweat on his forehead.
'Cause you
right
told
now.
that dang old story,
he
man.
Is sweating like
He told
crazy.
that story, bro. Like,
No, brother.
come on, man. Like, some stories I wouldn't even told that if I no, man. But that's fine. I don't care. I like
But I
it.
was giving an example of how you always bring up sex.
I
out of
always
nowhere.
bring it up. Did
You
I bring
do.
it up today?
You said when you walked in, you said, "Yeah, I want to talk about sex." That's what you said. That was one of the first things you said.
No, I spoke to you.
No, actually, you did. You walked in, and I was calling your name, and then you just walked in, and then you said, "We're talking about sex."
I thought I said, "Are we talking about?" No, you said something. It wasn't just straight sex, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw Mr. Jim Thursday. He doing great.
So, but back to what you were saying about validation.
Yeah,
of sex.
what is it now? What was the question?
So, does sex? Okay, let me ask this. Just because a person talk about something that they like, does that mean they're validated by that, or could it be that they just enjoy that?
They could just be enjoying it, I guess. If that's
They-
what
they-
they
you
talk
talk-
about.
you
But
like
it
talking
could be
about-
either way.
You like talking about your book, right? Mm-hmm. Like that, your book, does that validate you, or is it just your passion and what you enjoy doing?
It's a passion. It doesn't make me who I am, but
Yeah,
part
so
of me. But
that dispels your theory that you have.
No, it doesn't, because I think if you're having a conversation with someone else and they're not bringing up sex, that mean more than likely they're not want to talk about sex, because there's so much more that you can talk that is a common interest on both parties, opposed to always making it about you. Do they get theirs with you, Kendrick?
Huh?
Do they get theirs with you?
Oh.
Do they get what? Freakiness?
No.
Oh, no.
Their climax.
Yeah, that.
What climax?
Because it's always...
Oh! Stop the tape!
What climax? A climax.
Sorry for you,
What
ladies.
climax?
A
Y'all ain't
climax?
coming
What are you
tonight.
talking about?
Y'all going back to this, brother.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Whoa. He said, what climax?
Listen, at the end of the day,
I get mine, you get yours, however you can.
You better get it before I get mine. You better get in where you fit in.
if only you knew the truth, man. I never had
I just asked you that.
a complaint. I've always had comebacks.
Okay.
To me, sex isn't just a
It's an
physical act.
It's an art.
Sex is an art. Yes, sir.
Picasso.
Sex is an art. It's not just a physical act. Anybody can jump on top of somebody and just hammer away and all that. Anybody can do that.
Yes.
But for real, anybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? So back to the topic. We talked. The lady wanted to know, why does freakiness intimidate men? Could the problem be that these men are shallow? Or inexperienced?
But I just think it's like, what is she bringing to the table that she feel men
Right.
are
That's what I wanna
intimidated
know.
by? Are
Yeah,
you
that's what I
bringing a
wanna know.
dildo to the table expecting
Right.
to use it on him?
Hell
I'm
yeah,
intimidated.
Yeah,
Me too.
exactly. So it's
I'm
like,
running.
What are you?
Yeah.
What are you
Yes.
considering intimidate? What are
It
you
depends
doing
on
that
what
you
it
believe
is.
is intimidating a man? I
Yeah.
think there's limits to everything, and it all depends on men. And in the defense of us, everything that you may be into, every man is not into it, and it doesn't make him intimidated by you. It just make that not attracted to him. Attracted
Speak for
to him.
yourself.
And it doesn't make him any less of a freak than the woman. It just he may be freaky in a different way.
Well, Kendra, you just said
So-
speak for myself. You're not interested in everything every man is interested in.
I'm not.
So you said speak for yourself. So you should have been in agreement with me.
No, if a woman, I'm interested in just about, if a woman come to bring something to me and she's like, I want to try this, I want to do this, I do it. Only thing,
You're not gonna do it, Kendrick.
Not everything.
that's one thing.
Not everything.
I don't do the dildo crap. I won't do
Right,
that.
but I'm just saying
But
it's
just
probably
about everything.
But you had
I'm a little open to it. I'm a little open.
Okay. But if a man is not open to that, doesn't mean
Everybody
that
has
he's
limits.
intimidated by it. It
Yeah.
just means that he's not,
not
into
into
that.
that. Yeah.
And that's fair. I don't think if you want that, you go find you a dude that want to do that. But if this dude say he ain't interested in that, he's just not interested in that.
And then too, again, I think for anybody, you have to ask yourself, like, let's say, I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say you like whips and chains, and you can't even climax without the whips and chains. To me, that's a deep rooted issue that you might need to figure out what's going on with that, because it's like, if it takes this certain thing for you to get there every time, then that could be an issue too.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Or, yeah, something to that effect, yeah.
Man, that was a crazy movie, bro.
Yeah. I only saw bits and pieces. I didn't see the whole
You ain't
thing.
never seen it?
Not the whole thing.
Man, Christian was crazy. You seen it? Yeah, he was
Yeah, but
crazy.
usually
one.
that's a deeper issue, I think, sometimes
He
when...
just, his
his
was more
was- yeah.
controlling mental than I think it was sexual though.
So is that something y'all can give up in the bedroom, control? Because, most men got to have control. Just about. Because by nature, we the top, we got to have that control. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, I'm just seeing where you're going. No, I'm following.
So in the bedroom, could you give control up to a woman to do whatever she wants to do? As long as it's within the boundaries that you allow.
I think in a relationship, I would be much more open to let my guard down and say, like, okay, I don't have to be controlling. But if it's just like a hit it and quit it, or we just then,
I got you.
I might not be willing to give up all my control for something like that.
You know, like some men's like they like, yo, the bedroom is my domain. This is where I do. I perform my very best, you know, because, you know, they say men are physical, women are emotional. So that's how that connection goes.
Yeah.
You get me, yo?
Yeah.
Any man measured by his sexual performance is a weak man.
I totally agree with that.
Any man measured by that is a weak man.
I totally agree with that. I'm going to write that down. Any man measured by, I'm going to write that down tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Write that down tomorrow. Hey, you be having some good stuff. You do. I like that. I really do.
I feel validated. Thank you.
Yes. We getting along a little bit.
Yeah, kind of are.
Yeah, and you posted that thing where we got along on the.
Oh yeah.
Why would you
was
come
a
back
rare
and
moment.
post that while we was arguing?
We really not getting along, Kendrick. I've just mentally prepared myself to be quiet.
Oh, whoops.
Oh wow!
And I think that's taming you a little bit. So this is all for the viewers and the listeners. I'm taming myself
Show y'all another
for y'all.
uncut episode.
Oh my god! For real? That's
For
how
real.
you feel?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because you're fueled by my responses. So I'm only going to give you so much to keep you caged.
Carlos is like unleaded, you know, like you don't give enough for me to
Who,
just.
me?
Yes.
I don't.
No, but him, like he like on premium, you know, like he just give all the gas, that good gas, and it just lights me up and just. I don't agree with that nonsense he be speaking. You know what I'm saying?
I just I just say what I have to say and I'll be done.
So audience, y'all can fault me for Kendrick not being unleashed tonight.
I fault you.
Oh wow! All right, I feel that. So, any advice that you guys would give to we're men? Any advice you give to a man that's listening that may be intimidated by a woman that's a freak and they're unsure of themselves and what have you? What would you tell them?
Free that woman.
Free that woman.
Free that woman.
Why not free themselves?
No, free that woman. Let her go be who she is. If you're intimidated by her, you're a weak man. So free her and let her go be as freaky as she want to be with somebody who's going to appreciate that, and you go find you a boring-ass woman. Next.
You, Carlos?
Wow. I mean, I agree to an extent. I think if it's a
You
first,
always agree to an extent.
yes, to an extent.
Yeah.
He don't ever go all. He's unleaded.
Either way, either
I can
you
see-
or me, he never fully agrees.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're unleaded, Carlos.
No, I think that anytime, even if, and you know, I think even though people will say, "Oh yeah, I'm this in the bed, whatever," I think there is a little bit of that unknown tension the first time that you have sex with somebody. So I think sometimes that can creep into the intimidation, maybe, or that could be misread as intimidation. But to your point, if it's the fourth, fifth, sixth time y'all doing this and the dude is still feeling like, oh, I'm intimidated by her freakiness, then yeah, at that point you probably do need to just let her go with somebody else, because chances are, you know, you're gonna still be intimidated and you know, I like to say this too. I think that in some regards, I think women, or a lot of women, always say that sex is more mental for them, but it's mental for guys too. It's just in a different way. So if the guy is, if there's a roadblock mentally, that's gonna filter through the sex, I think, in a lot of situations, especially if it's a chick they care about. If it's just some hit it, quit it, no. But yeah, that's what I think.
So what advice do you give him?
I'm lost with Carlos.
You always lost.
No, I thought he brought out some good points.
I'm lost.
What did I say that made you feel lost?
I only caught the ending.
So you didn't hear it. You didn't listen.
Kendrick stays in shallow water.
Not shallow water.
And it's crazy you say that because I know how to swim. But
With a life jacket on.
no sir,
Okay.
no sir, no sir. I know how to swim. Yeah. I just tell him like you. I wouldn't tell him to. I would say, just go. I'll tell both of them
Just go.
Yeah, just go.
But why wouldn't you tell him just to free her up?
Same thing. Both of them just go their separate ways. They're different from each other, you know? Like she wants to explore, it seems like, and he's intimidated to tap into that part of himself. And because he's intimidated to tap into that part of himself, he's never going to be able to fully unleash himself unless he has tapped into that part of himself. And as you say, I like shallow water. Maybe as far as he goes is shallow. So,
But maybe it's not even that she want to explore. I mean, she just been with a dude before you, and she know what good sex is about, and what it feels like. So, what you are bringing to the table is not as good as what she's had. We're all compared to what our last hit. We're all compared to that. Yeah. So if you're not bringing to the table what I've already had, she's saying, I need you to step your dick up.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't want Popeye Chicken Sandwich. I want Papados.
have you had that Popeye chicken sandwich?
I have not, actually.
I went to get us one tonight in Raleigh and sold out.
Listen, no, I got one Sunday.
Was it good?
What?
I heard it's good.
What?
One thing, too, I think, maybe the dude could be oversimplifying this. I mean, if the guy is really that intimidated, I mean, I'm not promoting alcoholism or nothing like that, but take a couple shots. That might be as simple as that. It might help you take the edge off of overthinking the situation. I mean, I think sometimes people make things too complicated. Yeah, what does that mean?
Again,
I don't know what that means.
What is intimidating him? Is it what she's doing
that's
intimidating him, or is it what she's asking him to do that's intimidating him? You know, I think it's a difference. I don't think most men is going to receive whatever that woman bring to
for the most part, him.
Yeah. So if he's intimidated, he's intimidated by what she's asking him to do, which means you're not fulfilling my need. Because the dude is going to receive whatever woman bring to the table.
Gotcha. True. So, look, this is going to throw y'all for a loop. But put myself out there.
Oh, okay.
So,
vulnerability.
Oh! Vulnerability. Dupe, you did that in that podcast. Vulnerability. Dupe, one for me.
Yeah. So,
okay, yeah.
Do y'all ever feel like, and I get that intimidation factor, especially the first time.
Yeah.
Like for me, like the first time, I'm always nervous.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I get it, and I'm just putting it on myself. Like I be like, dang man, like what am I gonna do? Like,
Well, Kendra, you're probably nervous by the standards and expectations you've set yourself.
Yeah, like
with
I
her
be nervous.
Because no. What I mean is, you talk about sex so much, you talk yourself up before you get to the bedroom. So you got to deliver.
Yeah, and I be like, dang,
But so you might need to
start
be quiet then. Don't talk yourself up so much. Then you don't have any expectations.
I'm talking to myself.
But you talk yourself up to the people you about to hit. Because that's all you talk about is sex.
No, it's not. I talk about other stuff. You'll be surprised. I talk about other stuff with y'all today. Matter of fact, me and you got into it about something different. We got into it.
Do we want to bring that up?
No.
What was that?
We know you're going to tell that
text.
too. You'll probably tell that in the fourth podcast. You're going to tell that too. Carlos, thank you for holding water, my friend. But look, man, it's been phenomenal. I had a blast. Listen, brown liquor and cigars. And guess what, y'all? We talked about sex, baby. Hey, y'all have a good one. God bless you. Be out.
Yeah. Be safe. Safe sex. Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Have sex.
Peace.